This is my 1 acre pond. We built it a couple years ago, and last year we stocked 3,500 fish in here. And today I'm gonna be fly fishing it for the first time to see what I can catch and how big they've gotten. After I get done fishing at my pond, me and my buddy Tate's gonna be going out to a trout stream to get some more practice. All in the hopes of learning how to fly fish, because at the end of the video, we're going out with River's Edge Outfitters all the way in Cherokee, North Carolina to take Luke, the golden antler winner, on a special trout fishing trip. But it's gonna be fly fishing, and I don't really know how to fly fish. And that is why we're starting off here. I have a fly rod, but that doesn't mean that I know how to use it. But yeah, the whole reason that I'm gonna be practicing today is because at the end of the video, we're going with the golden antler winner to some like legit trout streams. I wanna know what I'm doing. Luckily, we're going with the River's Edge and my buddy AJ. They know what they're doing, so they're gonna be able to help us out. But I would like to have a little bit of knowledge on how to fly fish before I actually show up. And if you don't know what fly fishing is, let me first just start off by saying that, I guess. Fly fishing is essentially one thing, and it's fishing with flies. However, flies are not normal lures. They're super small and they're made to look like little bugs. Now, if you're using something like this, you're fly fishing. But a really iconic thing about fly fishing is the fly rod. Because in order to cast stuff like this, you gotta have a special rod. Since the flies literally weigh nothing but the weight of the hook, which is very light. So you can't just sling it out there with a bait caster or something. Here is my fly rod. I'm gonna get this thing lined out real quick. It's a 4-piece because it's like 8 feet long. And honestly, I don't know if it's a good one or not. All right, so let me show you how this works, kinda. Here's your fly, but because it is so light you can't cast it, you have a thing called fly line, which is this big green stuff, and it's actually weighted. So instead of just throwing the fly, you're really casting the fly line, which essentially makes it work like a whip, and it slings the fly out there. And so, hey, there you go. That's how it works. Let's cast it around, see what we can do. I have no idea how this is gonna go. But there are some bluegill right here, so I mean, I don't know. It may be better than I think. All right, let's see what I can do. Let me see if I can do this without getting hanging up. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see if some will eat that little fly. They got to, right? I mean, it's a little bug in the water, right? Something's got to eat it, right? I want some practice on fighting fish, casting as well. Because casting, it's really tough. Or it can be. How can I accurately cast and stuff? I can't see it no more, so I don't know if I'm going to get a bite or not. Oh, I just had a fish. I didn't have to cast it all for him, but I just had a fish. I'm watching the fly sink down. It looks like a little bitty bug. There he is. First fish, I got him. Let's stink and go, baby. Now, like I mentioned earlier in the intro, we stocked 3,500 fish in this pond like a year ago. However, I'm still trying to figure out how big they are. So this is one of them. That's pretty good size. That ain't bad at all. Hold still, buddy. That ain't bad. But I'm about positive there is bigger in here. You can see he just ate that fly. He just ate it just like, I mean, it's a fly. Because it is a fly. Well, that's what it's supposed to imitate. A little bitty bug. We'll just toss him back in. There's two kind of bluegill species that we stocked in here. I stocked the bluegill and then also stocked red ear sunfish. However, we've never caught a red ear sunfish. I'm gonna try to get some practice. I want to just see if I can sling this thing out how far and how it works. I don't know. I don't know if this will work or not, but we'll see. A big part of fly fishing seems to be line management, because you can see I reeled in that fish, but not with the reel. I just pulled the line in because that's all I could really do. And then I come in later and reel that line up. So I don't know. We'll see how it does. We'll see how this goes, what happens, why it happens. All right, let me see if I can sling this. I'm wrapped up. All right, I got to get practice on this. I got to know how to do this before we go out to the big leagues, boys. I ain't even gonna lie, I probably got like 15 yards right there. That's like 45 feet. I probably got 50 feet right there. For a cast with this thing, that's pretty good. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna catch anything, but as for basic casting, I'm pretty happy with that. I ain't mad about it. Yeah, I ain't mad about that at all. That's pretty good. So boom. Yeah, from here, fly fishing. I'm gonna see if I can catch one more fish. I wanna see if I can catch a bigger one. I don't even know which fly to use when, where. So that's just gonna have to be something I learn. We're going with some really experienced guides, so that should be really good. As for me and Tate right here in a minute though, we are not going with experienced guides at all. We're just going on our own, and we're just gonna hope for the best, honestly. Let me see if we can get it to where you can see this. Got him. Yeah, it's super easy. But this one's a whole lot bigger. It's a whole lot bigger bluegill. Is that a red ear? No, I think it's a bluegill. Hold still, buddy. Hold still, buddy. Just holds. Hopefully he didn't swallow it. Did he swallow it? No, he took it pretty deep. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to work a second to get this one out, but come on, buddy. Stop doing that. Stop flopping. That's one thing. He thought it was so real, he ate it. He ate it really deep. We might be in trouble. I don't think I have anything to get this hook out. I'm gonna run back to the truck and get some stuff. I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers. All right, fishy, come on up here. I think I can save you. I definitely think I can save you right here. But I'm gonna need you to open wide, and I'm definitely sticking scissors down your mouth. And there you go, hook's out. Fish is back and he's totally fine. All right, guys, so we are about to go fishing elsewhere. But first, I got a really big pond upgrade. I think it's gonna be a pretty big deal for us. All right, so Otterwin on Amazon actually sent us out a little box. I was like, hey man, I need some lights, because whenever it gets dark out here, I can't see nothing. They got us lights. And these, I'm really excited about. These are like driveway lights, but like basically you mount them wherever you want them. It soaks up solar during the daytime. Then at nighttime, whenever there is no solar, it's got a sensor on here somewhere, and like the edges light up. That way I can like put these on the corners of the docks, and at night it's gonna give us a little bit of light on the corners of the docks. And it doesn't shine up at you, it just shines outward. So it should like light up the floor, but not blind us. They gave us a bunch of these, that way I can put plenty on the dock and the runway. We got this light, and these are a little bit different as well. And all these are solar. It's really sweet because some places you can't get electricity, and this is definitely one of those places. This is another solar light, but instead of mounting it to the ground, this is one that actually soaks up electricity during the day from the sun. You jab it in, and then at nighttime, it shines on the path. So this is gonna be really cool. Probably gonna put it over there at the path to where we're walking over to the pond. And I believe we got a 4-pack of those. And then we got these. Check this out. Let me just say, this dock is about to be lit, literally. These work the same way. They soak up with a solar, and then whenever they sense it, it's game time or whatever. But it pretty much sits like this, takes in the sun, and then shines on the bottom. I'm thinking I set these right here so that whenever it gets nighttime, this little area is lit, and it's not gonna catch on anything because you just walk around it. I think that's gonna be pretty nice. So those are gonna be super sweet. And then we've got one more kind of light, and they've got a bunch on their Amazon storefront. They've got a bunch of different kinds, but these are the ones that we got. This one is kind of like a spotlight even. I guess you'd call it a floodlight, but it doesn't really flood that bad here, so we're just gonna use it for normal stuff. First of all, you mount it wherever you want it, and then it soaks up the sun, and at nighttime, it's gonna shine pretty bright. And this is motion sensing, that way it's not just on all the time, but it's actually on whenever somebody's moving in front of us. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. Now, I'm pretty excited about those lights. I'm gonna go ahead, I brought the drill, I'm gonna drill those in. And then I'll show you what they look like. This is all just kind of experimental in a way. There's no videos on YouTube how to set up lights on your redneck pontoon dock, you know. So we're just figuring it out as we go. We may make a mistake, but I don't think these lights are gonna be a mistake at all. I think this is gonna be a big upgrade to the pond. And now I'm gonna install a couple of these right here. Boom, there we go. That's so easy. And what we'll do is after we go fishing with Tate at the local trout stream, and before we go fishing with Luke, the golden antler winner, for the big trout, we'll come back out here one night and we'll take a look. Well, that way we'll get an update on how it looks. It's gonna look pretty redneck, but at least the rednecks will be able to see at night, you know what I mean? For now, I'm gonna go ahead and install the rest of these, and then I'll catch you guys whenever I meet up with Tate. We're gonna build our own flies and see what we can catch. James, you think we're gonna catch something today?
I think we're gonna smoke them.
Really? With my squirrel tail?
Yeah.
What kind of fly rod you dealing with?
A cheapo fluger.
Fluger?
Yeah, a fluger.
All right. Have you caught stuff with it?
Yeah.
You got the cast down?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I went to the pond last night just to see if it would work.
Yeah.
I caught a bluegill.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess it's not my first time.
Okay.
What about you? You an expert?
We have caught some stock trout, like in a 15-foot puddle.
Okay. You got the cast down?
I do, but the distance is the problem.
What the little bit that I done yesterday, I would throw it out and it looked good, but then I have like 8 foot a leader or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just puddles up to where all the leaders just right there in like a foot.
I think it's about timing, like on your backswing. So you want to keep it between 10 and 2, right?
Uh-huh.
But you don't want to like come out here. That's what I was doing wrong in the beginning. And then it's also about like, I think letting the line like go all the way out and then like, I don't know. There's a lot of like technical stuff to it. I don't know everything.
We're gonna find out today.
We're gonna try.
We're gonna try.
There.
Oh,
Well,
okay. All right. Live
Okay.
demonstration. Oh, so watch out, watch out.
Try to teach you a few things.
Yeah.
Only
Got
fly fish.
coach right here.
Only fly fish twice in my life. Okay. All right.
All right.
You have a leader?
I do.
Tippet?
Yeah.
Okay. I got some tippet. I just been tying straight to tippet.
What does that mean?
Like I don't have a leader. It's just the tippet.
What's?
There's leader and then there's tippet. So like on this fly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like on that fly right there, you can see like a lot of leaders won't fit through that little hole.
Oh.
So this is like very thin line.
Well, that's what I got. It
Okay.
came with a kit.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of the reason.
Okay. Let's see the motion.
Pull out some line.
Yep.
Okay. And then when you cast back, you're kind of going to pull back and then you're going to.
Okay. It's going pretty good for you.
Yeah. So like when you come back with the rod, you kind of pull down here and it makes it kind of tighter. That way you get more momentum. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. Oh, you got it down.
Yeah, like that. So.
You got it down?
No.
I'm not an expert, but I've got a lot of time practicing.
I think this is going to be epic. I don't do much with trout as is, so just getting out here and trying to catch them another way is going to be really cool. Plus, we're going to get to use a squirrel tail that me and Major Wamba shot. It's going to be epic.
Already certified trout catching machines.
Really?
Homemade.
Homemade.
So all that stuff right there is everything you need to get to
All
tie
I
this
need.
into a fishing bait.
That's all I need right there.
That's the one?
This is,
What does that imitate?
I guess it imitates a little bait fish, right? A little
Yeah, looks like it. I'd eat it.
Maybe a little bug.
bug, a bait fish. And, I don't know, it's just some feathers and a hook. They like it.
An albino bug.
Looking at this, do you see anything that like gets your mind tingling for a fly? Is that decent?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this will do.
Plus when you weight it down.
Oh yeah.
When you weight it down, that's where the action starts.
That's where the action comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will catch right here. This will catch.
Not only will it catch, I think it could potentially catch a big one. There's some big ones in this creek.
There are giant fish in that creek, just waiting to be caught by us. Hopefully.
And me. Mostly.
Oh, we'll see about that. We'll see.
That's not.
It's a trash can. There we go. We got, these are some store-made ones right here. Zachary made these.
I did.
They got a pretty big profile
They're
on
pretty
them.
big, but they really ain't much bigger than those. I mean,
Well, these.
Profile, does that go with how big your fish are? Or
possibly.
like how big the bait is that they're eating?
I mean, it
Usually
really
a
just
bigger bait.
Yeah, size of the fish. Like a big fish is gonna go for a big bait.
Okay.
And I tried this little guy the other day. It's a little natural type. You know, it's got some little legs on it.
Is there anything you're trying to go for? Imitate
I
directly?
don't know. I mean, I guess just a little bug.
Little bug.
You know, just a little, bzzz,
Oh,
sting.
yeah.
The little white one I tied to be like a little minnow or something.
Yeah,
I don't
a little
know. That's
minnow.
almost too long.
Yeah, that's what these are going for, just a bait fish. And I put tons of red in there. You can see it in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Just to imitate blood in the water and, just injured.
Yep.
And then I got a little red right here, kind of like gills or whatever. Just kind of going for the most lifelike presentation that we can get. That is interesting.
It is, isn't it? There was just one other.
All right, we've arrived at the place we're gonna be fishing.
The equipment.
Got my little fly kit. We'll dig into this a little bit later, see exactly what we're working with.
Right, you got there, max catch.
Oh yeah.
Max, look at you, got a little trout come up out of the water. There,
Yeah,
it looks like.
it's something like that. Something. I think this thing can slay.
It's not as compact.
Hey, it's not the rod that catches fish, you know.
Right.
It's fish. Me.
It's the bait.
It's the bait.
It's the bait.
It's the corn. I mean, lure.
It's the cast net.
Yeah. T-minus 3 minutes. We're gonna be at the creek and seeing what we can do. Actually, James still got to tie our flies.
Dude, I've got all the goodies right here. Little stocking full of utensils.
You've got all kinds of stuff.
I sure do. I got your squirrel tail right here, brother.
That's what's going to catch them for me, or that's the plan at least. We'll see how it goes from there. It's gonna be pretty cool. Should be able to get some trout, which is always cool. Recently, I've been trying to catch more trout, learn more about trout. I think it's a really cool fish and something I never really fished for and ever, pretty much. But now I've even got a fly rod, so look at me now, moving up in the fishing world, getting all that experience and stuff. I'm a multi-species angler now. Call it how it is, man. I heard that trout can see you pretty good, so even got a prototype KG camo fishing hoodie on. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. You let me know what you think. Oh, they're not for sale yet, but they are a little prototype. I really like it. I like it. I'm digging it. Sun comes out, head gets hot, got a little hood. I can dip over and I'm protected. Here's the real question. Can you even see me?
Where's that coming from?
Y'all hear a voice?
That's what I'm saying. We are not at a secret spot. So
That's where you're mistaken. This is a secret, ultra secret. Nobody knows about this place.
nobody, this is not a secret location.
Secret to those who don't know about it.
Yeah.
You know, man, just
Hey.
Oh,
Kendall.
right here.
Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, my bad.
It's like you need to go that way.
All right. We're going to start fishing in just a little bit, but we do got to tie these flies first. This is going to be cool just to see what we killed yesterday come into a fishing lure. I feel like I'm an assassin now. Got me this hoodie thing on. People's probably getting scared because I'm just scary looking. Going to rob them or something. While they're getting started with that, I'm going to unbox this thing and I'm going to show you what we actually got, what we're working with. It's pretty cool. It was nice that I could just go on Amazon and buy a kit, since I buy everything I've ever bought from Amazon. And it came with a pretty cool case, so big ups for that. Big W. Here is the reel and the rod itself. And then I got to put this thing together. It comes in 4 pieces, so we'll see how this thing could go. So it's a pretty long rod, already hung up in a tree. Yeah, I mean, that's the fly rod. We'll get more in depth about what we're actually working with here in a minute, but right now, I got this little red fly, but that's just what came with the kit, but we're gonna be using a real squirrel tail, which should make it really cool. But yeah, we got the kit, we got the spot, we got the people who's gonna help us. Now it's just time to get ready. I guess he's about to tie the fly right now. We'll check in on that. So are you gonna start out with the squirrel tail, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do yours first.
All right, so what do you think about hook?
Hook.
Do you already have in mind what you thinking about you want to do?
I think I'm gonna make you something that'll mimic a bait fish. We got some little daddy hooks right here, nothing too crazy. And we got some tungsten beads right here.
Oh.
And that's gonna help it kind of sink down through the water.
So this will not be a top water.
This will not be a top water.
Okay.
It'll be a sub water.
Nice, I love those.
These things are expensive, actually. Tungsten beads. Gotta put it on there. I say, y'all just tell me how much to talk, because otherwise I can just
Talk the whole time, probably.
Okay.
I guess.
It don't matter. It's whatever y'all want. If y'all want B-roll or if y'all want
not great over here.
my side, if you want to, well, let's say if over my shoulder, it's okay. Okay, we got what we need now.
So that's where we start.
That is the beginning step right there. Now we're gonna need a few things. We're gonna need a toothpick, some glue, some thread, a whip finishing tool,
Dang, you got everything.
some scissors, and that's it. Start out with some glue. So, this is essentially gonna make it where the thread will stay on the hook.
This is cool.
Going with red thread to imitate gills.
We're getting a fly tying masterclass right here.
Fly tie. Take home some lessons here from it. Okay. Now it is time for your squirrel tail to come in.
Cool.
It is time.
The exciting part.
Me and Major Ambus went out and claimed this ourselves.
Oh,
Yes,
May
sir.
had a hand in
May
that.
did have a hand in that.
Okay.
It
Should
is.
have brought some May hair. We'd made a little May jig. A little May fly.
A little mayfly.
What about that?
So, essentially, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna use the very, very end of this.
Okay.
Just the very tip
Oh, this is cool.
to create just a little
something.
a little tail, right?
Okay.
A little tiny, little tidbit.
Dude, this is cool. This is wild.
It's
It's
about-
plumb wild.
Not how much I need. We'll cut. It says these scissors are sharp, and they cannot.
Maybe that skunk hair just
Skunk hair ate up these scissors. Ate them up in a bad way. We gotta cut it. There we go. Okay,
Well, that's
we got them
sweet.
here. Now, this is gonna
And that's
be
all we need.
your tail. We're gonna take it. So you tell me just when to stop, Tate, and I can stop for
You
you.
know how you tell me all your hands in the way?
I know, brother. I'm
Or
sorry.
you were covering that with your life.
There's
Whoa.
your tail.
Now that's cool.
That's just gonna flare out. It's got a little bit of white on it, a little bit of black on it. Has like a natural kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Is that not epic?
Yeah.
I'm gonna trim this just so I don't gotta deal with it later. Just where the feathers, where the squirrel's a little bit long. We're gonna trim this. And that'll be fine, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, little flash presentation.
Mmm.
How about that?
That's brutal right here, boys. That's not what you need.
Malfunction.
This thread, because we're tying flies, it has to be smaller, it has to be thinner.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that it will break.
Mm.
You can use this, you know.
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
You have a whole tail worth of material. I mean, that'll last forever.
What do you think? You think that'll catch them?
Well, that ought to tear them up.
Now.
No.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about my fly choice.
We
My animal
That was
choice.
how to find a dead squirrel on the side of the road.
gonna take us
The skunk's gonna be interesting.
just a little feather here.
It is. It's gonna smell interesting.
That's not fully using the squirrel. All right.
Okay.
It's not fully using
But it's the
squirrel.
base. It's the
The
base.
squirrel is. I mean, that's what they're gonna see is that tail. Now
That feather adds a lot.
we're just gonna tie this feather in
Wow.
like such.
No, that's a fly. It's a baby squirrel. That's what it
It's a
imitates.
baby squirrel. Take this. Trim this. Now we're gonna do a little double whip finish. And this pretty much just ties a knot in the thread so it don't break.
There's not a fish catch been done back here behind us yet.
Yet is the key.
Nervous.
That is almost ready.
Oh.
I'm gonna trim this just a little bit because it is a little bit big. Just kind of take a little bit off the top, which you're not
Low
supposed
taper
to.
fade.
Yeah, a little taper fade action. You're not supposed to do this, but we want to make sure it's not too big. We don't want to scare them. It could be a barber. Jay, you want me to cut your hair?
Sure.
All right, here we go. You got a little squirrel tail. You got some red flash. And you got a little white body. That ought to get him.
There we go.
Can we call that the mayfly for May?
This is the mayfly.
That's the mayfly.
the mayflower.
Patent pending. All right, who is next?
Look at the juice.
3, 2. One. Loosen the. Two.
Here are the flies we just tied. This middle one is mine. It's the squirrel. This one over here is crow. No, this one's a crow. One of them's a crow. This one's a skunk. So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah. This one with the white. So
Yeah.
the skunk has white. The crow does not.
This is straight up skunk.
It's
So-
got a little red in it from where it was on the road.
Right. Go watch Tate's video if you want to see how all these animals were actually killed, though. They look good, though.
They do look good.
Now it's time to just get out there and start slinging them around.
Yeah.
Grab my rod. We're gonna get this thing tied on. Tie this thing on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That looks good.
That thing's gonna look at that. First time fly fishing. I think we got a good fly. Here's the real question: what are we gonna eat on the way out of here? Something good?
Options. There's some good options.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe take some trout home.
Oh, that is an option too.
You ever had trout?
No.
Bust it.
Oh, we got the whole squad out here. Here we go. I don't know. I'm shaking, dude. I'm shaking. I'm a little nervous.
There's some people out here. You could really mess this up. You know what I mean?
Like
you
on the
could hook
backswing?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I know that fly fishing, I mean, you gotta have some room, kind of like an RPG, you gotta have some room in the back, you know? Oh, and the water clarity's not too hot. That could be a factor, I guess.
I've already seen this first trout today, though.
Got some worm. We got a dead worm already right here on the table with a hook in it.
I see probably your PB trout right now.
Oh, I'm sure. Just let her rip.
Let her fly.
Here you go, let me see. I'm hungered up. I'm already hungered up on it. He was looking at it. I seen that.
He was looking at it.
I seen the
For
trout.
sure. Strong start.
It was a small one and a big one.
Those.
See what we can do with it. Oh, had a chub minnow or something come up.
Trout. That's a little baby.
Let's see, we're gonna put it right in front of him. So this is pretty much the strat right here.
This is it.
Oh, I seen the flash right here. Oh, dude, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the fly, or maybe it's just shortening 10 inches, but I'm casting a lot better now.
You want to cast it pretty good far piece ahead of him.
Head of him.
Yeah.
This is something, dude.
There you go. See how it slowly sinks? Like it's not fast? That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
want.
All right.
He's on the other side of it.
Kind of just, it almost just kind of suspends in there. All right, rate your form. Give us a cast. Well, that looks pretty professional to me.
We're pretty good. I'm getting out there. I'm getting out there plenty enough to get out there.
You got the distance down.
I think that's the biggest thing. Just getting it in front of a fish that's wanting to eat. Pretty much the strat.
See how it kind of pulses when you swim it?
I'll say water clarity is not as good for that.
No.
I don't know if that's going to have something to do with it.
Oh, there's one right there. What are they coming up and eating? Bugs?
Bugs or just getting hair.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, nope. Think about it. Oh. Yeah, we can see them right here. It's just, I guess, getting them by is just going to be a what? There's one. There's a few right here. James, what's your thoughts on the creek today?
The water is stained. It is very stained. You can't really see it as well as you normally can, but there's still a lot of fish swimming around. I think it's just going to be a matter of time.
Matter of casts?
You know, muskie is a fish of 10,000 casts, and these trout could be a matter of, you know, they're a fish of 147 casts.
Did you?
Tate's trying to take a... Tate's over there trying to take an early lead in this challenge.
I think I'm gonna migrate too.
Well done.
See those baby trout?
Those are all little baby trout. I don't know why they put them in here, but I guess just...
The little baby trout, they're just deciding not to pick it up. It's a layup for them if they decide. I'm sure these trouts have seen 100 baits today though.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a big part of it. But,
Oh, there's a big one right there. There's a big one right there. Look at that one.
oh gosh.
There's some good ones.
What's the strat? How much do we want to let these things sink?
A little about right there, and then just kind of pop it back. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Right there.
That's a brown? Or a
That
creek?
looks like a brown. That is what you're going after.
That's what we want? The big one?
That's what you want.
Oh, I think he just looked at it. It's just a matter of time though.
Yeah. That's a big brown.
Those would be the perfect one to try to stock in a pond.
Yeah.
Just because they're so much smaller and easier to keep alive, I guess. I assume.
Pretty good B-roll on them. I think you're good. You're getting ready to cook.
Man, he's thinking about it. He kind of wants it, but he just knows something's just.
Well, he'll like look
Not
at it
right.
and then he'll come back.
He just knows something ain't it. I guess. I mean, I don't think it's hard for these guys to figure out something's up. It's just, are they gonna get casted enough baits where they're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna migrate.
You gonna migrate?
And then I'm gonna migrate far, far and explore a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Have y'all went all the way down there yet?
No, we haven't.
I'm gonna move down there. All right, guys. So KG is migrating, and KG's gonna do what KG usually does, and that's run away from people. So I'm gonna go as far as I can until I can't see anybody, and that's pretty much the strat we're gonna be working with. Maybe we'll get close to some trout. Maybe there won't be any trout, but we're gonna go really far away and see what happens. Right over here. No, oh yeah, this looks good. You wanna know why? Because I don't see any faces, and it's great. Now, we may catch something over here, we may not. There may be fish, there may not. I don't know, but we'll start throwing, I guess. Oh, I feel like I'm in stinking deep Idaho, son. I feel like I'm in Colorado. Something like that. Anyway, it's really nice. It's just, I think the thing is that below that little dam thing, I don't think there's as many fish down here. But I think when you, I mean, there are fish down here, but there's not as many. And that's why nobody else is here. That up there is stocked trout. This down here is still stocked trout, but it's the ones that like kind of survived over the years. But yeah, I mean, these out here are probably gonna be a little more wild, which means you're probably not just gonna be able to sit there and look at them. But I don't know, there's no people here, and that means a lot more to me, I guess. Well, all right, never mind, there's people over there. There may just not be any fish here. Moral of the story, that could be the thing. There may just not be anybody here. May not be any fish. You have to move a little bit more. Interesting. I don't think that the squirrel tail fly is a problem though. I'm gonna sit y'all down for a minute. Rate my form in the comments. Let me know what you think about my form. All right, we're moving. So many people, very interesting. Dude, I'm gonna see if I can just drop it over here. See if I can catch like a bluegill or something. If I can catch a bluegill out of this little hole of water, I'll be very happy. I mean, it looks really good. It's just, I don't know what lives here, you know? I feel like we could totally have a bluegill just pop out and eat it though. I guess we're not gonna get much today. Here's the thing. I'll make a deal, Wiggins. If we don't catch some trout today, then we will go to my pond this evening and we will catch bluegill, maybe even bass, on the fly rod. We are going to catch fish on the fly rod. I just don't know if it's going to be here. So stay tuned. We're going to find out together. Like I know for a fact, if we was at my pond and we just dropped a fly in like this, it'd be getting tore up. We will take this exact fly and we will go and we'll catch fish one way or another. But I mean, shoot, at the end of the day, we're trying, I know that.
Tate's over there trying to take an early lead in this challenge.
Just showing how close we are to the little baby trout. They're just deciding not to pick it up.
Some shots of your bait in the water.
It's a
There it
layup
is.
for them if they decide.
Oh,
Dude, that's a brown?
That looks like a brown. I got that. That is what you're going after.
That's what we want? The big one?
That's what you want.
Those would be the perfect one to try to stock in a pond.
Yeah.
Just because they're so much smaller and easier to keep alive, I guess.
You put it right in front of that one. Yep. Oh, he swam up to it. Oh. Kendall will eat it.
Really?
Yeah. Just keep it right there in front of him. He'll eat it. The other side is more empty, right? But the sun is behind us. That's why we can see into the water. If we go to the other side, it's going to be glare.
Gotcha.
So this is where you want to be able to see them.
It's true. I didn't think about that.
It's a strat.
It's a strat.
All right, that's enough.
Well, I think there's multiple in. Oh my God! Yes. He just had it. He ate it.
The big one?
Yeah, the big one. Let's see what we can do. I'm shaking, dude. I'm shaking right now. Guys, I don't want to be too loud because there's like 60 people around us, but I just had a giant eat this thing 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I got it. We both got one. This is a pretty good one. All right.
You got a brown.
Yeah. You're good.
You were going.
I know, it's crazy.
I've got a rainbow. Kendall.
He's got a net. We may be able to get this guy in. Let's see. I'll bring him into your net. Oh, that's not good.
Now we got it. All right,
come back.
Right here. Bring him right here.
All right, let's go. There we go.
How about that?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's a beautiful
All
fish.
right, thank you.
Is that a rainbow or a brown right there?
What do you think?
I believe that's a brown.
You got a brown.
I do believe.
Sweet.
I'm not
Biggest
the.
brown
I'm not
trout?
the.
For I've
I'm
never
not
caught
the-
a brown
I'm
trout.
definitely not a. Well,
Wow.
of course, I think they got to be 20 even out here.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. We'll get him in.
And what's your
Nice
name?
fish, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for getting the net.
Oh, absolutely, man.
What are the chances we doubled up on that?
It's the same time. It's our first fish for both of us today.
On the squirrel tail.
I know.
You got a nice one there too.
That is
Oh, that is beautiful.
beautiful
I'm
fish.
pretty sure.
And we'll let him go.
Beautiful fish.
Let him
Let's
go
big
right
and
there.
Strong, big.
Yeah.
That was
Now-
fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Knuckles, man.
Thanks.
Knuckles.
Now want to get yours real quick?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do that.
Real quick. That's the biggest rainbow.
There, catch a fish right now, Ms. Dog.
There we go.
I'm
Here.
busy.
All right.
I'll give you this.
Let me.
I'll trade you.
Trade me? Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Just want to be able to wet my hands. I do not have these in Texas, but I do know the hand wetting technique. That's probably my biggest rainbow.
That's a nice one.
Dude, that was
Got
crazy.
a nice lip hook on him too. That's
Perfect.
great.
I mean, he
That
just
was
came
good.
up and popped the hook right out.
All
There we
right.
go.
All right, that's a pretty fish.
Get back in there.
Good job. All
He's a
right.
little tired.
All right.
Here we go. Thank you,
You're very
sir.
welcome,
Thank you so
guys.
much.
You're very welcome.
Might be a little wore out from the fight.
Here you go. I'll
Glad
get my
you're
rod
for
out of the
a
way. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Took him a second.
All right.
Had me a little bit scared there.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming down here with the net.
Yeah, guys.
Because
Do it
otherwise,
again. I'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
You
We
bet,
appreciate
man.
you.
I don't think I could have figured out how to get that thing in. Tate and Zach, they're just now walking back. We just doubled up. That brown trout looked huge.
It was.
Is that a big
It
trout?
was very big.
The squirrel tail bites. And James was just fun fishing, but he had something really similar to this.
Very similar. It's just
Literally,
regular feather.
we've not been getting bites every day, but I seen that brown trout and I was like, dude, we both got swiped at like
Yep.
at the same times. I was like, man, he's starting to bite. Then I don't know. We both got our first fish. Literally hooked up at the same time.
Double up exactly, because I was ready to film for you whenever you got yours. I set the hook and I looked over and there you were too. We were both in it. That's
They
crazy.
have no idea.
Is that your biggest brown trout?
That's my only brown trout.
Only brown trout?
Yeah, I ain't never seen a brown trout before.
That is a good brown trout.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that was just my personal best rainbow. Wow.
Shout out to that guy with the net.
Huge stuff.
I don't know what to do with that big old fish. He didn't bring a net.
Well,
I'll take it though.
Here's what I will tell you. I believe that you were in the lead in this challenge.
Oh, that's true.
Very
That's
safely
true.
in the
And
lead.
guess who's not in the lead? Jake.
There was way down there.
That was massive.
That was huge. Do you think they have anything? Do you think they've caught anything?
No. My fish, it started putting out eggs.
Oh, did it really?
So I guess it's coming up to spawn.
Oh, that's cool.
That was cool. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if it's bad. I don't know.
That's cool. Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just we've been seeing that big brown trout all day, and then now he decides, I want to chase that, and then eats it. We catch him.
Were you popping it in? Just kinda like
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. That's what they started chasing mine on. I don't know if they just want a little movement. That was
Dude,
awesome.
that was sick. That was sick. Let's go.
Let's get back in there.
Let's do it. Dude, that was good. That was good. First time fly fishing, and we come in here and hook a giant like brown trout, and that one was big too. It's not been easy. Like we've seen a lot of fish, but they've not been biting. But then that one just had something in it that made him want to chase, and eventually he chased it so much he bit it a few times, and finally we got him that last time. That was good though. That one fish makes it all worth it for sure, 100%. Even if we don't catch anything, that's still good because we're still fishing. Sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't, but this time we did. And let's think and go. At the same time, what are the odds on that? Out of the hour and a half, whatever we've been here.
And like one fish had been caught up to that point that we know of. From
Yeah.
Zach. Literally, I set the hook and looked over at you, and I saw him just come up and roll. I was like,
I got another one chasing it too. Smaller one, but fish.
I will tell you.
I think I'm safe for the challenge, at least. For the challenge we're doing with Talon Tate's channel, I think I'm safe because that's a pretty big fish. And it's a brown trout, so it's different what most of these are.
I'm gonna text the group chat and say brown down.
Dude, I may make a lifestyle change right here. I may be fly fisherman for life, you know?
That's what they said. You caught this one time and it was over.
Maybe I'm addicted. Maybe fly fishing's kind of like bow hunting. Because you got to hunt them. I mean, it's a lot of casts. You got to watch. Yeah, I see two big ones right here almost rubbing up against each other. You think that's them spawning? There's two like mingling in and stuff. I'm gonna have to invest in a good trout net, sounds like. Last year I was muskie man. This year, trout man. Gonna try to master a new species every year. Not that I'm a master at muskie, but gotta start somewhere.
Here they go.
Yeah. Here comes Tate. They have no idea. I'm gonna say they're coming back and we're like, boys, this creek's dead. We gotta go.
I bet he ain't worried about it.
Those things are spawning over there.
They're not worried about it at all.
Wow.
Maybe if I get it way past them.
And what, drift into them?
Eat it. They are not worried about it.
I'm glad this wasn't like a competition.
It's a good thing it was,
It
right?
had been over for me and you.
It was sealed up from.
Thankfully, this was not a
It
competition.
can still be one.
Really?
It was sealed.
Farm 0-0 right now?
No, the most.
The biggest.
No.
I'm safe with. I think I'm
Still
safe.
haven't
If we're-
seen, I haven't seen the one you caught.
Oh,
okay, you're
it's.
sitting right
I mean,
Let me see.
oh my god! It was the one. Like everyone was yelling. "World
Everybody
record,
was the
world
one."
record. He's
On
him.
the glare.
He's him. Oh my god!
Come around the side, both the sun. There it is.
Oh, what a glorious release here. That's a nice
It's
freaking
pretty
brown,
good.
brother.
It's pretty
It was a big brown. It had eggs in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Should put them in my pocket. Put them in the pond eggs.
Yeah, you didn't put it on a stringer. Dang.
I can't do that, man. It's a sport fish.
You would have been sacrificed out here if you put that thing on a stringer.
You've been hung on a totem pole. You burnt.
Yeah. What do you think they're doing? Spawning? That's my guess.
Definitely. So,
Because one I had eggs in it, so I guess it makes sense that it's spawning time. All right, guys, it is later that night. We are walking out to the dock, and I will say it looks pretty good. I know y'all can't see too much of it, but just from the dock, this is what it looks like. You just see the pond, which you can't see at all. But when you get to the dock, it's just well lit. Let's walk out on it, see how good it does. But I'm already way excited for this. This looks great. What's important is that you can clearly, there is not a, well, there is a star in the sky, but there's no moon. It's a pretty dark night, but you can see exactly where we're going. We're gonna walk out on this. We can see the runway goes right in here. Once we get out here to the dock, we can literally see the ground. We got 1, 2, there's a third one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right here. Everything's looking good. I just want to say, these dock lights are literally epic. Now, it's not going to light us up to where we can, it looks like daytime, but that's not the purpose. It's just so that we can see what's going on at the dock and so that we don't get confused on where the dock is and step off. With these, it gives the perfect amount of light right on the ground where we actually need it to be. These, I may not have these turned on. I don't know. Let me look. How do I turn them on? There's a button down here. Oh my gosh! But the way it goes is whenever it sees light, it does that. Whenever it knows there's no light, it turns on, lights up the ground even better. All right, guys, just want to reach out. We will be doing some nighttime stuff here. Those lights are awesome. 10 out of 10, I do recommend.
Most fly fishing, you're using a suspension system, like a indicator, and your flies are hanging underneath it. What we do is stay tight to the flies. Originally, when they made it, it was called tight lining, because that's exactly what you're doing. But it's evolved over the years. Now it's called Euro nymphing, and everybody does it worldwide. All the competitors, serious stuff, they do it. So he'll show you. I mean, it's gonna be different than everything you've done, but it's probably the most efficient way to get hookups and just keep your flies in the water.
Okay.
They still don't do it out west.
No. Man, like I said, I took a trip out there and we did the traditional stuff, and then I showed that guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to learn this."
Yeah,
So,
like when I went out there, they didn't even have 10-foot rods at all. Like
Yeah, so-
What do they have, longer?
9-footers.
So
Like what you use, like 9-foot, 5 weights, 4 weights. That's kind of
So the technique a lot of times, you're reaching out a lot of times to reach over currents and stuff to have good drift. So they figured out that longer rods are better, like an 8-foot rod, a heavier 8-foot rod after a while will kind of wear you out. So we use 10-foot rods that are super lightweight, just so you can keep that position on it. So he'll show you. He's pretty good at it. I taught him everything he knows.
I've actually beat him.
Which of these will we be using?
It kind of depends. So
Are
like
we-
for wild fish, you can use like super small stuff, kind of like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what bugs are happening right now?
We don't have a ton of bug life here. It's
So it's
primarily
just
just
pick a bug.
Yeah, just pick a bug. Try to match a bunch of different things at one time.
Okay.
And then this stuff is just like trash flies, mops, eggs, squirmies. We'll use a lot of that today. So.
Cool. If there's a big trout, what does it take to eat something like that? Does trout like smaller?
You'd be surprised. They're very aggressive. So
Right.
you could catch like a 16, 17-inch trout on that. Did you see him?
Green, camo, black, green, camo. It is.
You want a half hook?
All right, we're getting suited up. We didn't have to bring anything.
Nothing at all.
Are you ready? Have you caught a trout before? No. I've caught a few, but not very many.
Y'all keep in mind when you're like walking to and from, you kind of want to stay back on your heels, you know what I mean? Because it's slick on grass and mud and that kind of stuff. But once you get in the river, that stuff, it'll actually grip.
Okay,
you know?
so these are like for walking in water, perfect.
Yes, yeah.
what
That's
they're made
about, ideally, what you really want is do this and then put a few studs in there.
Yeah.
And then you kind of got best of both worlds. You can go up and down the banks, you know. But this stuff got a real bad rap because when the Dynamo, I don't know if you ever heard about that, but it's like a invasive water plant moss stuff that just took over. It kills bug life, but it would attach to this, and then if you fished in one river and then went to another one, you would transfer it to that river. So this stuff, in some states, you can't even wear this.
Wow.
Yeah. So. What do you normally wear, Kim? Do you wear the neoprene with the kind of built in?
I don't wade much.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
Maybe shorts and Crocs.
I got it.
You don't want to do that here.
How deep will we be wading?
It's not even that. It's our water is mountain fed. It's
Freezing cold?
Yeah, it's pretty cold. And these aren't, the cool thing about these is you can wear shorts under them in the summer, and then you can wear, bundle up.
You can insulate yourself.
Yeah. A lot of times in the summer months, we're wet wading, so we just wear a pair of those boots, shorts. You know what I mean?
Are you picking out what we might use some today?
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
So what's the trout want that for?
12, 13.
So stock trout are different. That's why they eat stuff like this and bright color stuff like this. They don't know what a real bug is yet. So we'll throw both and catch like both species, but like stock trout, they'll eat junk flies like that.
Would a wild trout go for that?
You will eat a wild, or you will catch a wild fish on that sometimes, but most of the time you catch wild fish on stuff like this.
Yeah.
Something that looks really buggy.
So
Yeah.
that fly,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
would
just
dress
super
with
small.
powder or,
I tie my own,
cast it
but
and you'd have
for the
it
most
on
part, I
surface.
try just to use what we have in here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people ask me kind of what they're hitting on, so it works best if I just kind of use what's in here.
Yeah. Luke, you ready? Have you been fly fish before? How often can you get one about that, or is it gotta be a special day?
So, man, they're opportunistic, you know what I mean? So a lot of times they see something like that floating, they're going, and they don't, they can't grab it with their hands and check it out, you know what I mean? So they're going to grab it with their mouth and see. But feel this dry fly, so feel that.
Yeah.
So the difference with this and like traditional fishing is you're casting the weight of the line.
Okay.
So you can throw this little bitty tiny stuff and you see some of the better casters, they'll throw that fly 80 feet and get a good drift and catch a fish all the way across the river on it. So, but y'all aren't going to be making those river run through it big long cast today. We're going to do up close stuff. So, all right, let's get outside and get a couple pictures, man.
I grab it at the GoPro, and then I'm gonna grab it at the batteries, because hopefully it's gonna be a long day of fishing and we're gonna need a lot of battery. Okay, that's the plan. I'm gonna try to get some Luke on some monsters out here. All right, we'll head to the creek.
Headed to the creek.
You already head to the creek?
Let's do it.
That's good. On to the creek. Here we go. Ah!
Oh, yeah. You ain't never been here, huh?
No, I ain't never been on this side of the mountain.
You've only been to Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only been to Tennessee, but as I was driving through, I did see some elk, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, elk, turkeys, hogs, man. We
Hogs.
got it all.
I seen that. I seen hogs,
Yeah.
but not on the Tennessee side
Yeah.
yet.
Mhm.
I've heard there's maybe a couple, but
We got some giant ones over here.
they problems.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
and my dad kill them all the time.
That's good. All right, boys, we're heading down to the stream. Luke is behind us, so he will be arriving with us. We are not leaving him. That would be really bad. All right, guys, so don't know how this worked out, but some of these creeks, they stock. Some of the creeks, they don't. Something like that. We're at one of the ones they stock, and the fish truck's sitting right here in the road. This is going to be pretty crazy. I think they're going to stock the trout right in front of us, and then we're going to catch them straight out of the truck. Fine with me. We're here to learn how to fly fish. All right, are you picking up what they're putting down? That's the fish truck. Oh. They're going to put fish out, and we're going to catch them. That's a good way to learn. Because you fly fished a little bit?
Very little.
All right, so we all trying to learn here. We ain't going to feel bad about this at all.
No.
No.
I'm telling you. It's
This is the training ground.
yeah. When you live on a reservation, you kind of know everybody. So.
Oh, did you set this up?
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
How often do they stock them here?
Once a week.
Once a week.
So instead of stocking on Thursday, I made them stock on Monday.
Nice. We'll take it.
No, 100%.
And they stock different parts of the creek, just wherever.
Yeah, I think they have 20 something stops on this
Oh, okay.
route.
Fly fishing's a huge thing here.
Yeah, giant, dude.
Yeah.
They stock more fish here in a year's time than the whole state of North Carolina combined. So.
Luke, what are you thinking? This is looking like it may be pretty good. If we can't catch fish here, we should probably retire. Luke is a quiet individual for now. Is this one of the ones we'll be using?
Yeah, we'll use all. Like, more than likely, I'll probably just have like 2 people fish at a time.
Okay.
Just because it's so crowded and stuff.
Yeah.
But there'll be so many fish that you won't have a problem.
Compared to what most people fly fish with, this is a little bit different. The rod and
Yeah,
stuff.
so like it'll be, usually a traditional fly rod's about a foot shorter and a lot thicker. So this is a 10-foot 2-weight compared to like a 9-foot 5-weight is kind of what most people use.
Yeah.
It's probably the best all-around rod for everything, but it's not great at anything.
And so is a 2-weight like an ultralight in the, or close?
Kinda, yeah.
Lighter,
about
light rod.
same concept. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in like being one of these pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I touched the tip to the butt of the rod. It's not This one's pretty cool too. Like, you know, you break eyes and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this one's got some kind of technology on it to where you can't break the eyes. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's why it's great for guiding, man. Like yeah. I've had this rod for probably 3 years now, man. Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of fish been caught on that one, huh?
Ton of them, dude. Ton of them. It's one of my favorites. A more dry fly line. It's not weighted. Right. So you're not using the weight of the fly line. You're using the weight of the fly to throw the line.
Okay. And are we throwing a tiny fly?
We'll probably throw like a medium fly. Nothing crazy. I mean, you can throw stuff like this too, like a micro streamer on there.
Is that small? That's big.
That's a pretty like small streamer, but it's a big fly for
okay.
what we throw here. Like I'll use that at the private water a lot.
Is that just regular fishing line they're putting on there?
Yeah, so it's just like a mono type line. It's just leader material. So with Euro, you don't really use a tapered leader like you would normally use with average fly fishing. It's kind of the same throughout. But you taper it down with your indicator line and your tippet.
So that's not the end?
No, that's just the beginning.
If you was to use that as the entire fly straight to it, is that too big and the wrong color?
Yeah, 100% too big.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that line is too big.
Yeah, you'll see what we'll be using. Pretty much human hair.
What is that, like an 8-pound cast or something?
It's actually 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
And what's the little tiny stuff we're gonna be tying the fly to?
Tippet. So it'll be super small. It'll be the same diameter as human hair.
Literally.
Yep.
What do you think about that? Fish stalking.
I was expecting a little different. I don't know what.
I was expecting a little gentler, but... And that's what we're fishing for.
Yep, now we gotta go catch them.
But we've still got to learn how to do it first. We can't just like throw in something random and catch it. We got to kind of know what we're doing a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
So like this is probably what we'll use. Maybe this one. So the higher the number, the smaller the line.
Oh, wow.
So like 9X is not even a pound test. Like it's literally human hair. Like you can, yeah. You can catch a 10-pound trout on that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So if you're very comfortable, a smaller line is better.
100%. Yeah, I don't throw anything bigger than 7X. With clients and stuff, I'll throw 6 and 6.5 because it's a little bigger. Kind of gives a little bit more leeway for little mistakes and stuff. But
So you're saying that if I was using like 6-pound mono as my leader, that's probably not the best strap.
No, not at all.
All right.
I mean, my leader up here that's never in the water, it's even smaller than 6 pounds. It's like it's going super small.
You got to retie that every time you fish?
Yeah, but it's when you do it enough, it's not too bad. But if you use too big a leader,
Yeah.
you'll have a lot of sag in between your eyes. But see how tight this is, and there's no sag.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, if it's real heavy, it'll sag in between your eyes. So like, I got straight connection to my fly, you know. So that's the big thing. Now, if you got heavy line, you'll have all this. Then when you hook set, all that's got to tighten up before you actually hook the fish. So that's the big thing. You just want to be tight to the fly the whole time.
This is a very in-depth
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
What's going through your mind right now, Luke?
So what's your favorite way to eat trout?
I don't eat them.
You don't eat them? Oh, man.
No, it's weird, man. I don't like to eat trout, and I don't like to be wet. No fly fishing guy.
That's funny.
All right, guys, we got our rods ready. I guess that's about it. I think we're going fishing. What are your thoughts? Good talk, good talk. Going through all the things it takes to set up, it's a lot different than the fly fishing I did not too long ago, okay? It's very different. I was doing redneck fly fishing, trying my best to catch a bluegill. Now we're going after trout like a sniper. Sounds like somebody's got an Ed Special or two up in the hill. You think those are bear dogs?
No, those are just res dogs.
Oh. A lot of bear in here though, eh?
Tons, dude.
You ever see them in the stream?
One time, but not here.
Not really?
It was more above the shop.
Oh, okay.
This is crazy. Here's a question I got.
Yes, sir.
Let's just say someone was here an hour ago. Can they mess it up for us? Let's just say.
Average fisherman? No. They'll catch some, but like the fish that have been in here a while and stuff, they're not. They don't really mess it up because most of the time, like as a guide, we can fish behind people and catch fish.
Okay.
Like it's not.
So like if a trout looks up, sees somebody, sees a really, definitely not real fly go by them, you come by later, as long as you do what you're supposed to, you can still get on them?
No, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. I think I see trout right there.
No, 100%.
Oh, I do see trout right there.
All right.
So they're so hard to see.
I'll
on there.
give you like a demonstration.
Yeah.
And then we'll just throw both onions in there. Most of them are going to be from the middle to the bank.
Okay.
You just get out enough line to kind of cast over there. You'll throw it up, kind of have the bite.
Okay. How much line? Will we be using much of the fly line?
Now, if they strip you out, you'll kind of get into it, but for this type of fly fishing, you don't use a ton of it.
Okay. Because it's very close.
Yeah, 100%.
And now we're getting into what we're going to be using. Which one did you choose? Okay. Pink dot?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get one.
So having a tight line is very important.
Yeah, so you want to throw it upstream, get that tight line, kind of keep that green above the water.
There you go.
So you don't really want to touch the reef. It's like you'll kind of change the angle of your rod slow. If you keep it lower, it pulls them down to the bottom and puts them in that bottom water column. You're able to fight them a little easier. The deeper you go in the water, the slower it gets. So if you kind of keep them up here, they come up toward the top, you know, like flop around and stuff.
Yeah.
But it causes like, it just makes it a lot harder to get them in. So you keep them down there. You can kind of feel the tension in the rod. Some fight more than others.
So we do want to use the reel?
I'll tell you when to reel.
Okay.
But when you first start, you don't want to just kind of reel.
All right. Oh, for sure.
There you go.
Check it out, Luke.
And this would be a rainbow trout, right?
Yep.
Is that what we're going to be catching?
Yeah, that's probably average size. Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. That fish almost weighs probably 2 pounds. Yeah, I mean, that's a 2 pound trout.
Never seen that before.
Oh, yeah, weighing that? Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're from New Zealand.
He just weighed the fish with that net, Luke.
You never touch them, you never hurt them. So a lot of times, like people take the slime off of them. They'll swim off, but you kill them. Make sure you wet your hands, you know, then grab them.
Right.
Other than that, it's pretty easy.
All right, Luke, you're up.
Yep.
You're up.
Ready, big dog?
He was saying it was easier to teach someone who's never fly fished before because they don't have any bad habits.
Okay.
I was like, so can you teach somebody fly fishing a day? He's like, I can teach them how to fly fish in 10 casts. So,
We'll see.
yeah, we should be in good shape today. We're in good hands.
Yeah, yeah. He knows what he's doing for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got our first fish right here. Second fish of the day. First one for Luke right here. Okay. Can't see the fish. He's somewhere in there. The water's pretty ripply, so it's kind of hard to see as much. And there we go. Hey.
Go.
There we go. And just like that, Luke's first fish in the net. Look at this creek. This is pretty great. That's a big old trout.
It's like you'll just kind of hold them. Like keep your thumbs and everything behind the fish and just kind of hold them. Makes it look bigger. Just keep your hands just like that. Yep. Now you're going this way.
There we go.
What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Go.
Is the water cold?
Yeah, that's no joke.
All right, give us the interview. What do you think about that first fish?
It was fun and hard.
And hard? What was the hardest part about it? I've not went yet.
It was real strong.
The fish was?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You just had to pull it back. It was pretty hard, but it was heavy too.
What kind of tips can you give me whenever I get up there?
I don't know.
It seems like a big part of what we're doing is watching that indicator line. Makes sense, because that's going to indicate the strike. This is extreme finesse. Let's try the sunglasses, see how much big difference they make. Okay, maybe. Oh, we're hooked up over here, never mind. Here he comes. Get him in the boat. Get him in the boat. Here we go. In the net. How was that?
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty cool. It didn't take long either.
What did the bite look like?
I felt it more than I saw it that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll feel a lot of them if they're real aggressive about it. But if you just gotta make sure to keep that line real tight. See how your hands on front. Try to put it. Yeah. There you go. Now rolling forward just a little bit. Good.
There he goes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of tilt it back just a little bit.
Do I need to more line out?
No, you can just hold that with your right hand. Because when you hook set, you want to have a hold of it.
Okay.
So just kind of twist your arm backwards just a little. And then when you come forward, just... And that fly is going to go exactly 180 degrees. So.
I did feel a bite.
Yeah. So if you feel one, it's more set that way instead of up.
Okay. So set downstream.
Yep.
You think I'm feeling bites or hitting a rock?
Yeah, that's a fish.
Oh.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Oh. So they're taking it in and out that fast?
Yeah, 100%, dude. I mean, inhale, exhale, 0.8 of a second.
We're rolling a clip of just how fast these things eat a lure and let it go.
Crazy.
So those bites I was feeling,
Yep.
If I was just fishing, I'd have no idea what was going on.
No, not at all. That's why this is so effective, because you're able to feel and see each and every take.
Oh, okay. Okay, well this is crazy.
Okay, perfect. Yep. Got
There he is. All right.
Yep.
From here.
Don't hold the reel. More that way. Yep. Keep that
Okay,
rod
just taking some
lower,
line.
Little lower. There you go. That'll keep him from coming to the top and rolling.
Okay, so the top of the water and the bottom of the water's different.
Way different speeds. So keep him lower, and if he's not doing anything, then you can slowly reel. But if he's kind of twisting and turning and running,
just let him do his thing.
Yep. Just if he wants to run, you gotta let that reel go.
Okay.
It won't unspool.
With this, the drag is set where it needs to be.
100%.
All right.
Keep it a little lower. There we go.
So low.
Yep. Now you want to kind of kick it up towards Luke.
Okay. He's fighting pretty good, or he's in the current one?
Yeah, well, you gotta get him out of the current. That's the big thing. So instead of reeling now, just kind of slightly pull.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in a lot of current. All right, pick up.
Pick up.
Yep. It'll bring him over here. Now kick it back down.
Okay.
All right, pick up and roll towards me.
Roll to this side.
Yep. Now just pick up, no more reeling.
All right. There we go. Huh?
That's a pretty big one. All right, strip out about. That's probably about 3.
Hey.
That's probably about 16, 17 inches.
Okay.
You get into like the 20s, they start to become almost double-digit babies.
Really?
Yeah, I've had clients, not in this stream, but more trophy private water area. But I've had it about 3 weeks ago. I had a client catch a 27 that weighed 8.5 pounds. Wow. Yeah.
You want to be my cameraman for a minute?
Sure.
All right, sweet. Come on, buddy.
Cool.
See there, buddy. We'll let him go. You like to put him in the go ahead and put them in the stream?
Yeah.
Get them away from our feet, I guess?
Yeah, because if not, they'll kind of swim back behind rocks and stuff because they feel safe. So the deeper water you can put them in, the better.
Sweet. We've all four caught a fish now. Now it's just time to start catching a bunch. And I think they're going to get those two going. They said just to make sure we're not too crowded, just 2 people fishing at a time. We're going to let Luke and his dad fish a little bit. And then right here in a little bit, I'll be hopping in and seeing what we can do. This is pretty cool. I've never fished with something like this, but this is really cool. It's very different than the fly fishing I tried to do in the pond. I must have got pretty lucky whenever I did catch the brown trout at the end, but this seems to be a different level. Like, not just because we're catching fish, but just the whole way it is. We are fishing for fish that were dumped off the bridge a few minutes ago, but later in the day, once we actually get it down pat to where we actually know what we're doing, that's when we're going to move to some more harder water with bigger fish, and they won't be dumped out of a truck. They've lived there for years. So should be pretty cool. We are officially at our second break off of the day.
Yep.
One in a stump, one in a tree.
Yep.
But with 1 pound test, that's gonna happen.
If you get hung up, you're not getting it out by 6 o'clock.
Yeah. And we got hung up right over there once, but instead of walking over there and messing up the fish, because they're hanging out right there, we just broke it off because we can get a new fly. How much did it cost to make one of those flies that we're using?
$2, $3 probably. They're not crazy expensive, but I mean, they add up pretty quickly.
How we doing, Luke? Is there a reason that they like right there?
It's a lot deeper. You get in about right here, you might be knee deep. Once you get over there, it's probably almost chest deep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it'll blow your mind how deep this stuff gets, man.
And are they below the fast water?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it really mainly the top water that's fast?
Yep. That's why you put them in the bottom water column when you fight them, because it's a lot slower. It's a lot less pounds of pressure against them to fight them.
I figured they'd want to be in the slow water, but I would be looking on top for the slow water.
No.
And not even thinking that slow water is actually below.
Most of the time, if you find slow water on top, that hole's like 10, 15 foot deep, and fish don't like it.
Really?
Especially trout, they don't hardly stay in real stagnant water, but they like slower water because they'll sit in it, and then they'll kind of jet out here to eat something, or they'll jet up. Trout don't feed down, they only feed straight in front of them, sideways and above. So if you're below them, they won't eat it either.
Here we go, hooked up.
It'll roll its head on top of the water.
There we go, there we go, there we go.
Now go back that way. All you want to do is do opposite of what his head does. So if he comes this way, you want to just lift up, roll him down. As soon as he turns that way, you just automatically flip up.
Oh.
Keep that rod just a little lower. Now reel.
The details of
Oh,
fly fishing, dude. The details.
Little higher upstream. Yeah, you don't want to reel no more. We're just kind of pulling. That rod's 10 foot, so you got 20 foot of line right there. Keep it a little lower. He's raising up and he's fighting the current. So as soon as we put him back down, he'll kind of calm down. All right, pull him straight up.
Oh. Oh. Oh, you got it.
Oh, you did get it.
Oh.
I thought it was gone.
Oh, we're about to get 2 right here. Doubled up. I thought that fish got away.
I did too.
I look up and he's in the net.
Now all you want to do is pull. We'll get him above us. Now pull him straight up and backwards. Yep, straight up. Pretty good fish. So let him go. Make sure not to hold this little line. So just kind of hold the line. Let go of that line. Now pull your line. Keep that rod a little lower. Let's do this. Pull straight up. I think yours is bigger, Luke. This one's yours right here. Sweet. Double picture.
Yeah.
Great. Good job, buddy.
And right there, we just doubled up. Learning how to fly fish with the squad. The Golden Antler winning squad.
All right, that one was a lot bigger. What are your thoughts now? Was he harder to fight?
Yeah.
A lot?
No. No.
Something light, nothing heavy? Bigger one? Is that the biggest one? Is that that?
That might be. It's pretty fat.
Big part of fly fishing is throwing what they eat. Let's flip some rocks and see if we can find anything cool. Is that how it works, I guess?
Yeah.
All right.
Most.
Oh, like stuff like that?
See the little bitty bugs?
Oh.
Yeah, see, you gotta throw super small stuff here.
Oh, man.
There's a larva.
Really?
Yeah, you could catch a fish on that.
Green, too.
Yep,
What a vibrant color.
Yep.
Is that one?
Yeah, it's something. It's dead, though. I don't know what it is.
And those trout, even though they're big fish, they'll eat little tiny stuff?
100%. Yeah, I've caught most of my big fish on the smallest flies.
So they got to be hunting all day.
All day. So you fish for them like in the wintertime, they'll eat one big meal because they don't want to use a lot of energy in the super cold water. So eat one big meal instead of having to move all day and eat like a bunch of little bitty tiny stuff. So you can throw big articulated streamers for browns in the wintertime. Or people throw like big plugs like you would throw for big bass. They'll throw them in here for big giant browns. They'll be like 20-something inches long. Yeah.
Are your browns more aggressive?
Oh, definitely. They're like, usually if you have browns, they kind of eat everything. So you can't really have any other trout. So they
Really?
don't actually stock browns here because of that reason. They would fully take over.
So let's say there's a little minnow in here this big.
Yep.
Trout gonna eat that?
We don't have a ton of like fry and stuff in our water, so a big brown probably would, but these rainbows probably really wouldn't. Different parts and like more rivers, like this is more of just a creek.
Yeah.
So you get into more rivers where there is a bunch of minnows and stuff,
And they will.
then they will. But if they're not really used to them in here, they'll kind of just move out of the way. But they don't allow you to fish with minnows here because it's, you bring in invasive species that ain't actually supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And they'll take over, and then it's a whole thing. So.
Another fish hooked up. Meanwhile, a couple ducks chilling, watching us. And hooked up again. He's wearing them out. Oh, we got a little bit different one now.
Yep.
Got a little...
It's a mock fly. It's a little bit more vibrant. Gets your attention a little quicker.
Yeah.
Just want to be sure to throw it straight. Yep, yeah.
There he is.
There.
And we'll fight rod tip down.
Sir.
Whenever he gives me some, take some. Whenever he takes some, give some.
And then you want to watch that colored line. As soon as it gets about a foot out of the tip of that rod, you want to stop reeling.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
you can just raise him straight up. So just raise him up. He'll come to the top and then you pull him. Sometimes. Good fish. Yep, just do so.
We want to get him down in that lower water.
Yep. All right, now just lift up. Oh. So when you get him up here, you get done reeling, just pick straight up and he'll come over.
Okay. Oh, is it in you?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
That's fine. Oh, it is. No, you're good. It ain't first time. So,
Yeah.
I don't like to do that, but I do it sometimes. So we want to try and get them above us, and then when you pick them up, you use the current to your advantage. You
Okay.
Just wash them into the net. Sometimes if they're a little harder to fight and stuff, I'll just go out there and net them. But when you fight them against the current, they just flip on the top, and a lot of times they'll spit it. But if we can get him up here, get him above you, pull it straight up, then he'll just wash right down to him.
Okay.
Doubled up. Oh, we don't want to get that color line in the leader. My bad, my bad, my bad. Did you say those are barbless hooks? Is that a regulation or just what's best?
No, we just all the time use barbless.
Yeah, helps everything.
It's just better on the fish.
And as long as you keep pressure on them,
Yeah.
you're pretty much good anyways.
No, 100%. I think the hook set is better on barbless because you don't have to jerk a big barb through them.
Yeah. Sweet. How's this going? What do you think?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Luke, what do you think?
Yeah. Sweet.
Luke's hooked up on another one. Another one bites the dust. What kind of knot do you tie for flies?
Just a clench knot, just 7 turns. Sometimes I'll tie 8, the smaller the line gets, but very rarely.
We go. Dark one.
Oh yeah. Good?
Yeah. Sweet.
All right, guys, so I'm going to try, and I'm going to let him critique me as heavily as possible. Okay. Don't be nice.
Yep. So you can tell that it's hung up a little bit. Just raise it and it'll roll over the rod instead of jerking it out.
It's usually hung up, it's just sitting at the front of the rock.
Yeah, it's just kind of under the press there.
So are these on bottom?
Yeah.
They are?
That's why you're feeling the bottom, which is good. But you'll be able to tell it. Yep. Good.
There we go. Okay, big. We don't need to.
So I'm gonna throw a lighter fly, and then I'll show you kind of how to.
Yeah.
Because this, you have direct contact the whole time. When you get into real small light flies, they're a little bit harder to.
So we're gonna see what different flies do.
Yeah. So you kind of gotta throw something with a little bit of color, because you're still trying to catch some stalkers.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy.
So at this point, we're switching to a more realistic fly overall.
Yep.
Should catch more fish. Wild fish.
Maybe. You'll probably catch stalkers on this too. But definitely if you're just fishing, I would start out with something like this.
All right.
So it's gonna be harder to cast. It's gonna take longer to sink. It's gonna be harder to feel bites. So everything is a lot harder with this. So you kind of have to, we'll really critique. All right. I'll probably find the green in that one.
Yeah. Wow. Even though the pink, the like dots don't look like anything, or do they look like something?
They look like fish eggs.
So in fall, would this be as good of option?
You can throw orange eggs because browns spawn in the fall. Just go straight up in there, roll it up.
There we go. Wow. And I'd say once you start casting upstream and letting it flow back towards you, all that just gets even harder.
Harder and harder. Line management is probably one of the hardest things because people want to jerk the line and then it
moves the fly?
Moves the whole fly. It takes it out of the water column it needs to be in.
That's pretty good on it. On that little thing.
Yep. Big fish eat little flies, man.
Sweet.
That's a chunky one too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Let me cast upstream a little bit.
Okay.
See how this goes. Then we'll go get lunch.
It'll work. So you'll jerk. however much line you want to throw, that's how much you'll have out. If it's in the water, you don't have direct tension on the fly, so it's harder to cast. So as soon as you get it out of the water, that's when you're able to kind of cast it.
And say I need a few swings to get up there.
Yep.
I don't want it to hit the water.
No.
Because then it
kind of kills your cast.
Yeah,
because these rods are so bendy too. If you hit up there and try to pull back, that water resistance kind of makes it hard.
And it also splashes the water.
Yeah, and
if you're
using real heavy fly. So slow it down just a little. You want to feel it when it comes back, and then you can jerk it through.
Okay. Where should I start?
You want to, I mean, if you want to catch one, you're probably going to have to throw it into that hole right there. See how it's affecting that line just a little? Yeah. Now you're way behind too. So you got to keep that rod tip pointing at the line. But when you're jerking, you don't really want to jerk. You want to more or less just pull. Even if you got to extend your arm way back here, because when you do this, the fly is going like this. Sometimes that's good, but a more natural fly isn't going to do that.
Yeah.
So you just want to slightly kind of real long pulls, keep tension with that line.
True.
Yep. So when you get him on the reel, then you can reel all that slack line in.
Okay.
But you want
So would you want to do that, or you just got to figure it out?
I personally do, because like when you hook a big one that wants to run and you kind of let that go and all that just goes at one time, you'll probably lose it.
So now I can.
Yep. Then when you get him on the reel, you're good.
There we go. Lunchtime. And the rest is practice. Well, there's a lot more, but a lot of it's practice.
Yeah, a ton, man. The more you do it, the more you kind of understand how to not affect your fly underwater, kind of while you're stripping. And that's why I do the whole hand thing.
So you can slow it down, speed it up.
Exactly. And then all that line's not just hanging in the water, because when you have a ton of that line hanging in the water, that'll affect your sensitivity. So if all that's kind of dangling and hitting the water, you'll kind of feel it. And then you won't be able to feel the fish if it kind of bites it very softly.
Had a little fly fishing masterclass right there.
It was good.
All right, now for the most difficult part of the day, figuring out what to eat. What we got good?
I like the Mexican food. We got a Mexican restaurant
Mexican's
right now.
always good. Luke, you pick. What kind of food you want? You like Mexican? Chicken, cheese, and rice?
That's right. I get steak, cheese, and rice.
That's what I do. We're heading to Mexican. Can't go wrong with Mexican.
No.
Ever. I'm gonna go steak, cheese, and rice with jalapenos and tortillas.
Yes, sir.
We have arrived, and I think we may see some big fish here.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole runway of just look at all these.
Oh,
things.
gosh. Oh, man. And those are pretty much the ones we were catching.
Oh, yeah. It's about the same size they stock all the time. So.
Oh, no, not the KG sunglasses. Oh, can I grab those? There's in the description. All right, get the rod.
They think you're going to feed them, so they start kind of piling up at the top.
That's wild.
They'll feed them sometimes while we're here. I'll try to get him to. And they'll throw them, and it's insane.
We started an accidental feeding frenzy. They don't even know what there's nothing here, but they seen us and started following us. You can see they're all right here. And then one of them started splashing, and now they're all just biting air, thinking there's food. That's wild. And these are pretty big too, aren't they? They look like goldfish.
Yeah, that's all they are pretty much.
We're gonna throw a handful of feet in here. You can't even see what's happening. All right, now we're gonna try to feed the big golden trout. We should be able to see these a lot easier since they do glow. And you can see the food gets bigger. Yeah, so. I don't even think we need underwater footage for this part. Well, we made it. This far, at least. Yeah, it don't look very deep at all, but it was right up to here. All right, guys, now we're moving into a little more wild of an area. We're actually having to hike a little bit down in the water, but we'll see how it goes.
Slow it down a lot. Hey, just lift up. Hey, right there. Yep. You feel it? There's another one, man.
Oh, is this the first cast?
First cast. Wait. The same thing we're doing. Kind of real now. Once you get it to a certain point, you just let it reel. A little more. Right there. Let it run.
Well, there we go. First trout in the new spot was also the first cast. So, pretty good. For trout fishing, where you catch one trout, should you keep casting there?
No, 100%.
So where there's one, there's many?
Usually, yeah. Sometimes though, like one of my good buddies told me one time, he was like, man, usually if you ain't catching nothing in a really, really good run, there's either one big fish in it or a lot of little fish. If one really big, like brown trout's in a hole, no more fish will be in that hole because it'll eat them. So a lot of times if you ain't getting no bites in a really, really good run, you just have to keep changing up until you find what that fish wants.
So if you doubled that leader size, would you catch half as many fish?
No. Heck no. And that ain't even because they can see it. Fluorocarbon fully disappears underwater.
Yeah.
But it all has to do with the sink rate of the fly. So the bigger the diameter of the tippet, the slower it sinks. So you wouldn't ever get to that fish because that water's running so quickly.
The bigger diameter sinks slower.
Smaller diameter. Smaller the line, the faster it cuts through the water. At least there's less surface area for that kind of line to cut through. So say it's throw super small flies on super light tackle, get it to the bottom super quick. Just better chance you have overall fishing fish. Don't sink as much. Keep that bottom green out of water. Yep.
Got him?
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, that's perfect. Yep, got it. Another little one. What the heck? No, it ain't bad.
No.
It just didn't bite that.
Perfect.
Set the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.